Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are well. So, I want to talk to you guys today about Ted Lasso. And now that I've finally finished it, and also my girlfriend has finished it too, and we've talked about it ad nauseum, I want to talk to you about the one single media franchise that I'm hoping it becomes a franchise, a TV show for now, that actually made me interested in a sport. Actually made me interested in a goddamn sport. I hate sports. But my God, was this show wonderful. For those who are unaware, the premise of Ted Lasso is an American college football coach who is unexpectedly recruited to coach a fictional English Premier League soccer team, AFC Richmond. Despite having no previous experience coaching soccer, the team's owner, Rebecca Walton, hires Ted Lasso, hoping he will fail as a means of exacting revenge on the team's previous owner, her unfaithful ex-husband. However, Ted's charm, personality, and humor begin to win over Rebecca, the team, and those who had been skeptical about his appointment. It is an eclectic cast, where with Jason Sudeikis as Ted Lasso, Rebecca Waltingham who is the character of the owner of AFC Ripton, Leslie Higgins, the timid but playful director of football operations, who has a large family with 5 sons that we find out later. Jamie Tart, the talented but egotistical young and upcoming striker, who has a wonderful character progression, I might add, and Roy Kent, a veteran box-to-box midfielder, captain, and later. We're not going to spoil anything in this opening part. For all you need to know, he's known colloquially as he's here, he's there, he's every fucking where. Roy Kent, Coach Beard, Lasso's grounded, lagonic, longtime assistant and friend. Nate Shelley, AFC Richmond's kit man. Keely Jones, an ambitious model. Dr. Sharon Fieldstone, a sports psychologist. Rupert Mannion, Rebecca's vindictive, philandering ex-husband. Samuel Sam Obasanya, a young Nigerian right back. Danny Rojas, Isaac McAdoo, Colin Hughes, Trent Krim, who is a journalist. Now, here's the thing. The thing that's really, really great about the cast and the story here is the soccer is secondary. It seeks to motivate the players, but is not the center of the plot. This show does something similar to what Castlevania did, where there is the overarching story and goal, but where this show shines and where it is most entertaining to watch is with the character writing. I have a theory that when it comes to making good television, what matters is the character writing. The plot can be good and solid and make sense, but if the dynamic of the characters and the way they interact with each other isn't great, it flops. It's part of the reason why Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean as it's colloquially called, is such a shiner, because you have the synergy, at least in the first 3 movies, between Will Turner, the lady and Johnny Depp's character, Captain Jack Sparrow. And the way those 3 interact with each other is wonderful. The point I'm trying to make is that Ted Lasso is a wonderful watch because every single second it keeps you engrossed. The quick quips, the things that you realize that on a second watch that, oh, I missed that. Things that seem almost unimportant, but are then brought back later. For as simple as Sam stating to Ted, his father when he was a child would pinch his ears a little bit to show affection, and seeing Sam Obasanya's father, when he shows up later in the show for an appearance, doing that when comforting his son for causal reasons. There will be no spoilers, I think, for the rest of this podcast. It's going to be not super duper long compared to my reviews of things like that are much longer medium, something like Dark Souls or Bloodborne. But I do want to say that the 3 seasons here do made me fall in love with every single character that we had. Every single character felt unique, full, had most even the most, arbitrary side characters, like most of them got like felt like they had growth and a character arc. Even characters like Bumbaklotch, who is a Swedish national on the team, like, because even characters like that who's like aren't really necessarily the focus per se during the run, like there's still this macro progression that everybody working at AFC Richmond has, and it's because of that it feels like this show, everything, like every single like conversation matters. It feels like every character interaction matters, and it is, and there's a reason why the first season was nominated for 20 Primetime Emmy Awards. I genuinely want, if there's anything you take away here, I genuinely want you to go watch this. It is a wonderful, wonderfully amazing TV show, and you should absolutely go watch it. And it's only 3 seasons, and while I personally feel like they don't do a stellar job of wrapping every single thing up, I do think that on some level they're opening themselves up to spin-off series, which normally I think spin-off series can be a little cringe, but in this case I'm so in love with so many of these characters that that I would be okay with it. From Roy Kent's gruff, angry beginnings, and him coming to terms with that anger later in the show, and growing and being more caring, and in his own, like, he's always been caring towards people, but also like being able to unwind and be loving towards those in even a platonic way. Jamie Tartt's ability to, like, being a right prick in the beginning, and just seeing his he has the most drastic character development. Seeing Ted Lasso struggle with the reasons why he took the job in England, and his family and the issues there. Seeing Coach Beard and his crazy relationship with his flame Jane. All of, and seeing just how and this is like one of the things that I really, really love about that. I think Castlevania does as well too. And this reason I bring it up is there is a issue there are multiple issues and plot points that are resolved within the runtime of the episode, but they are not slapdashly fixed like you would like something 90s television. They are well thought out, thoughtful, reasonable, perfectly making sense ways that certain issues are resolved, and you don't even realize that was the through line. Granted, towards the end they will usually drop something that will become the next thing in the thing, but not always. Sometimes you'll go from episode to episode and everything's okay, and you don't know what the next lead up to the next plot point is going to be. Seeing someone like a character like Trent Crimm go from a staunchly like laissez, very British man of just like not having a lot of empathy, to being someone who is just a total nerd and a geek by the end, and has completely embraced the energy present. It's wonderful. It's and here's the thing: if you're worried about like you don't like soccer, it's not. I assure you, it's not a focus by any stretch of the imagination. It is for it. There even like side characters like May, a older woman who runs a pub, and the three dickheads who end up I'm sorry, I've just been ranting. I love this show so much. It is a wonderfully complex, deeply narrative. Like, if you like good television, this is good television. Point blank. Regardless if it's a comedy, regardless if it's passe, regardless of the fact that it's on Apple fucking Plus. I paid $7.99 for a fucking Apple Plus subscription to watch this, and I can tell you right now, it was worth it. It was, in fact, probably the only television show on that platform that was worth watching. But I digress. at time of recording, the writer's strike is still going on, so we're probably gonna have to wait a while before we get a new episode of Ted Lasso, or in the Lasso verse, as it were. But even so, I am excited to see what's next for Keeley, Rebecca, Jamie Tart, Roy Kent, Beard, Leslie, and the rest of the misfit footballers at AFC Richmond. Go watch this damn show. It's amazing. I promise you'll thank me. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you bunches and bunches. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, your night, your evening, your morning, whenever you get to this. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, everyone.